So it is 5 days before Christmas, and if you're anything like me, you're starting to feel the stress of the season, and you have a list a mile long of things you still need to accomplish. Well, my friend Sarah Bragg is here to help us. She recently released a new ebook called Surviving the Holiday Hustle, Tips to Enjoy the Season. Hey, Sarah, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Maggie. I'm so excited to be here with you.
I am so grateful that you are going to set us straight 5 days before Christmas.
Right.
So I'm
Right.
assuming,
There's no time like right now.
yeah, exactly. I'm assuming you wrote this book based on a little bit of experience, personal experience.
Just a little bit. Right. It was years of culminating of just feeling stressed and dreading and hoping for December 26th to come around. And I was like, there's got to be a better way to actually enjoy my actual Christmas.
All right, so we're going to go through some of these tips. So tip one,
Okay.
have realistic expectations. Hello, amen to that. I think sometimes we
Yeah.
have all of these dreams of these perfect magazines and how, we want everything to set out, but we don't really sink into the fact that we have an actual family that's not perfect and it's not always going to be perfect.
Oh, completely. I mean, I have wild imagination of like, we're going to talk about, do crafts every single day about Jesus, and my house is going to be fully decorated with lights everywhere. And that's just not our family. Like, we don't have time or the money to fully decorate for only 1 month of the year. And so, I sat down and was like, what is really works for our family? And what really works for our family is to not get glitter out. It just doesn't. My heart will not be ready for Christmas if there's glitter everywhere. And so once I took those like unrealistic expectations off the table, the expectation that my house had to look this certain way for the holidays, everything just like felt lighter, and I could actually enjoy Christmas because I wasn't putting these crazy expectations on the table for myself.
I feel the same way about glitter. I just have to say, glitter and glue, I get heart palpitations. It just is not
Me
a good
too. Let's
situation.
just say no to glitter is my motto of life.
But God bless the moms that love glitter. Okay, tip number two.
Yes.
Prepare
Yes.
to say no and sit down at the beginning of the season and budget out your time and figure out what you want to do. Just like you would budget out your money, budget out your time and be prepared to say no.
Exactly. Yes, 100%. And yes, you're only 5 days before Christmas, but you can still say no. There are still a million things vying for your time. I guarantee it, between now and Christmas Day. And just practice. I always say, just look in the mirror. I don't say no well. So I literally have looked in the mirror and be like, thank you so much for your invitation, but I just can't make it this year. And I literally have to practice, but it helps me to do that so that I can say no.
Yeah, and it's just making time so that it's a special time for you and your family, right?
Yes, because sometimes I say yes to things that, again, my actual family would not actually enjoy. And so looking at, we budget our money for the gifts that we're going to spend. We should budget our most expensive piece of thing that we own, which is our time, and budget that out so that we don't just waste it on things that really don't bring us joy during the season.
Okay, tip number five, make someone's day. I absolutely loved this tip.
Yes.
Tell us more
Yes.
about this. I love this idea.
Well, it's one of those, it's the season where like, I feel like everyone's kindness meter is already heightened. We're just more aware of the people around us. We're aware of the people who don't have as much, or aware of even the person behind you in Starbucks line. We're just more aware of it. And so I feel like, but we're also aware that, like, I don't know about you, if your kids are like mine, where they're constantly asking for things, like a million things they want.
Yes.
We could go through the grocery store and I'm like, we're in a grocery store. How do you find something you want for Christmas?
Yes.
And so it's a great way to go, let's make someone else's day, because this really is the spirit of giving and making people's day. So whether that's, paying for the person in line behind you, or leaving notes on like the trash can for the people that take your trash away, or we would put out a little box of like snacks and waters and put a little sign for all the delivery people that show up at our door, just
Love
to
it.
have a snack when they come by your house. And so it's just a way to turn your attention for what the season's all about.
Okay, my favorite one on the list before we move on was leaving quarters in the laundromat for the next person.
Yes.
Love that idea.
Yes.
Okay, tip
Yes.
number 8. We're going by really quickly. Manage
Yes.
that to-do list. Big thing.
My goodness. Is yours a mile long like
Yes,
mine?
yes, and it keeps growing.
Okay. Yes, and so this is what I do. Literally, I did it right before we hopped on this call. Was I get a little post-it note and I write down what are 3 things that need to happen today, and whether that's work related or I got to remember to run to Target to pick up the gifts that I ordered online, like things that I will just not forget because there's a million steps. So just like manage it, like write them all down, and then day by day write out this is what I can make happen today. And when I do that, the stress of it all kind of falls away because you've made it very manageable rather than I've got this mile long to-do list that I'll never make it through.
Okay, so many great tips, Sarah. Thank you so much for joining us today. Again, the name of the book is Surviving the Holiday Hustle, Tips to Enjoy the Season. And you can go to Sarah's website, sarahbragg.com, and click on that free download. Thanks again, Sarah, for joining us today.
Thanks, Maggie.